Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. I'll just Edge. We started the kidnap turnabout. Uh, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Um, we met Kay and we met Shlong Wolf, who are the characters on the thumbnail. So we're finally at that point. And since this is the third episode of an Ace Attorney game, we can uh hopefully hope that the third episode is not, you know, bad, but at least mid. Because third cases aren't usually that great in Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney. Yeah. Okay. That's right. We started a rebuttal, I think, with Mr. Meekins, Officer Meekins. I don't think I pressed him on anything yet, so we'll start pressing. It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir. Alright, also, unfortunately, since I don't have a dedicated mic, I am using a headset mic, so obviously the audio, my mic quality is not gonna be as good, and won't be able to definitely pick up like how I actually sound. So, because my voice is like a bit deeper than what you're hearing right now, and unfortunately, with this mic, you can't really distinguish each of my characters' voices, so they all sound a bit too similar with each other, which is unfortunate, and it's making me reconsider holding off any text-based games or heavy writing until I do get a dedicated or like a better mic or something. So there is that to consider, but I will go through this game with this mic. So yeah, so apologies in advance. I work with what I got. Okay. All right then. Where were you assigned to? I was assigned to the main gate, sir. You must mean the area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain. Okay, then why are you here in the Wild Wild West area? That's because it was because of very cheap, a very deep reason, ma'am. Okay, I don't think we need to present anything on that. I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir. Describe for me how you conducted your investigation. Yes, sir. Well, first, I made sure there were no suspicious looking people in the area, sir. But the only people that seemed to gather around me were little girls, sir. Well, what did you expect when you dressed like the Blue Badger? I thought I had no choice at that point, sir. So, I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the Blue Badger mobile. Whoa. What exactly do you mean by selling dreams? Sir, the Blue Badger mobile is where dreams are collected. What? Sweetness like you've never known except in dreams, ma'am, like innocent drops. And bitterness found only in nightmares, ma'am, like guilty jawbreakers. Selling those as I push the Blue Badger mobile along is my sworn duty, ma'am. But I got completely caught up in my role selling dreams to the children, sir. You completely forgot to look for the kidnappers. No, sir, of course not, sir. I will never do something like that, sir. You're absolutely right. Wow, you're good at this. Forcing people to confess things, Mr. Edgeworth. To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook, sir. Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony. Yes, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir. That was a long-ass testimony. How did you wind up all the way over here? Excuse me. I was in the middle of a sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the child's painful drop kicks, and before I knew it, haha, the good old drop kick. I dished out my fair share of those when I was a kid. It was always the best when you felt one really connect with your opponent. In any case, you wound up here for a reason completely unrelated to the investigation. Sir, that's right, sir. Oh my gosh, hold on. Do a little mic test. Okay, I think we're fine. That's not something you should be admitting to when your head held high, officer. It sounds like he simply forgot about his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there's one flaw in Officer Meekin's story, and I have the feeling that he'll need some prodding before you spill the beans. Okay, we'll save. Because I'm not really too sure on what it is either. Go on, Daniel. I was inside this area, sir. Check your area. Oh, that was back. Okay, forward. Oh, sorry, I was just very tired today. Before I knew it, I found myself in this area, sir. Okay, what evidence do I have? The Blue Badger mobile. Mobile shop on 3 wheels was parked inside the Wild West area garage. Oh, it's right there next to the body. While selling dreams in the Blue Badger mobile. Let me press on this again. What exactly do you mean by selling dreams? Dreams collected. Sweetness, bitterness, selling those. Okay. I completely common about selling dreams to the children, sir. Solo checks every square. Okay. The computer has to look for. No, of course not. Never. Right. And the following. In this area. How'd you wind up all the way here? I was in the middle of the sea of kids, but one of the kids decided to challenge me to fight. I had to run away before I knew it. In the Blue Badger mobile, but he was apparently driven over here by the kids. Okay, let me present on the car here. Okay. You dumb bitch. Officer Meekins, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell such transparent lies. Sir, I'm lying, sir? Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams with the Blue Badger mobile until recently, then what is it doing here inside the garage? Oh! Actually, I had just lost track, sir. Lost track of what? By the time I realized it, the Blue Badger mobile was nowhere to be found, sir. Which would mean it was perhaps stolen? And that's when I came back to this area, thinking maybe it was in the garage, sir. But that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Not so fast. Oh, he's here. I forgot. Lang. That's right. His name was definitely not Schlong Wolf. Shilong Lang. But also known as Schlong Wolf. So I give him like a Wolverine kind of voice, which it does sounds awful when you hear it. I mean, it sounds I'm hearing it. I hear myself when I'm talking, but it doesn't. It sounds a bit better. Oh my gosh, Mike. Okay. A likely story. Who do you think is going to buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about his story? The car getting stolen? It's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used alright to move the dead body. What? You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins, and then you used the blue Badger-mobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me. But it wasn't me, sir. The killer, sir. It wasn't me, sir. Agent Schlong. Wait. What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts of the case, let alone the truth. I told you, what? Truth Shamath? I couldn't care less. Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find out on your precious truth after you arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. We don't need to use logic. You boorish buffoon. I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to autopsy, and you guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations? Don't you know who this game is named after? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Now be a good fancy boy and get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice. Oh wow, I was right there at the end. Oh, well. Alright, we're gonna have to make up for lost time by speedrunning. March 13th, 1:22 p.m. Gatewaterland main gate. Ugh, chased out like a pair of peasants. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Kay. There's something even thieves should never steal. Do you know what that is? You really shouldn't steal anything. However, I'll bite. What shouldn't a thief steal? A life. It's too heavy of a burden on your soul to get away with ever. That's something we can agree on. Well said, Kay. No matter what we may try, murder is the one crime that can never truly be hidden. And I intend to prove that with my own hands. You know, except for the people that actually do get away with it, but we're not gonna talk about that. When I apprehend the murderer myself. Alright, and I'm gonna work extra hard to be a good assistant. Let's go! I still never said she could be my assistant. Sigh, I'm just going to drop the issue. The first thing we should do is locate the real scene of the murder. Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe. This made a remix of this apparently. Let me see if it does the little thing, the beat drop. Okay, I like this. It's pretty good. Mr. Edgeworth. The stadium's hurry, sir. This is supposed to be a hush-hush, but they found a witness at the stadium. A witness? You. What did we tell you about leaving your assigned post? Ah. The jig is up. Mr. Edgeworth, remember that I'm always rooting for you, so go get him, sir. Those detectives sure look like they're enjoying themselves. It's not all fun and games, Kay. Now then, let's head to the stadium and meet this witness. Who's that? March 13th, 1:42 p.m. Stadium. I thought there was a witness here. Yeah, I don't see anyone. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, it's Emma. Yeah, yeah, she was in the 5th case of the first game, in case you didn't know. She was Phoenix's acting partner since Maya was away training. I also saw her in the... I know she's gonna be in the Apollo Justice trilogy because of the, you know, the trailer. Because like, oh, she looks kind of similar. She looks familiar, and he's like, oh yeah, it's Emma. Okay, awesome. Spoilers, thank you. But, yeah, I forgot she was in this game too, because I was looking on her profile to see. I forgot what to see. Apparently she's also in this game too, which I forgot about. Nice hat. Let me see if I have a profile here. No, we don't. Long time no see. You are Miss Emma Sky, correct? This girl is the younger sister of my former superior, Lana Sky. 2 years ago, we stood in the same courtroom together as a witness and prosecutor. But I thought she had gone to Europe to study forensics. I can't believe you remember me, Mr. Edgeworth. Of course I do. Have you been... How have you been? You look to be in a good spirits. Are you still studying abroad? Profile? Damn. You bet. More than anything, I want to investigate crime scenes scientifically. I've been studying non-stop every day to become a top-notch forensic scientist. But it's spring break now, so I thought I'd come back for a bit. I see. Why are you over... Okay. Where are you going, Mr. Edgeworth? We have to find the witness before that mean old werewolf does. You're right. The witness is supposed to be here in the stadium, but where? Alright, my bad. Profile? Profile, Emma Sky. 18, female. High schooler studying in Europe to become forensic scientist on school break. Well, I'm going to show you a thing or two about crime scenes, Emma. I assume this is another Badgermobile. Yeah, but it's a different color than the Blue Badger's car. Yes, this is a retina searing pink model. Alright, you only talk. Awesome. I get perfectly lined up. Perfectly lined up. There we go. I almost didn't recognize you. You've really grown in these past few years. Please don't tease me, Mr. Edgeworth. I know I still have a long ways to go. But I'm going to be a super forensic scientist someday, you'll see. You seem to know Mr. Edgeworth really well. Are you two acquaintances? Ooh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Emma Sky. Nice to meet you. I'm studying abroad now to be a forensic scientist. How about you? Wow, that's a great dream. My name's Kay Faraday, and I'm trying to become an unstoppable great thief. Great thief? Don't think too hard on it, Emma. It's not worth the trouble. In any case, we have much to catch up on. You bet we do. Your name? So why are you here, Emma? Well, I just happened to decide to come back home for spring break, and then I heard that you come back too, so I raced on over here. I had really wanted to welcome you back at the airport, but I had just missed you. And how exactly did you know I was there? Here. Through the power of science, naturally. Never underestimate what science can do for you. Is that a DS? I can see the nice the reflections on her glasses. I used these to track your footprints, and I followed them straight to you. This set is the greatest. It's so wonderfully scientific. You spray this chemical on the ground, and when you shine the light on it, zing, the footprints light up like an electrified noble gas in a glass tube. It's almost like magic, scientifically speaking, of course. Forensic science has never seemed more ominous to me than at this very moment. The witness! Emma, I'd like to ask you about what you witnessed. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you not the witness Detective Gumshoe told us about? Well, I did get a call from Detective Gumshoe earlier. He was practically yelling at me. She was like, "Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, needs your scientific doohickey, right now, pal," he said. What was that man thinking? Or rather, not thinking. So let me guess, there's been a murder, right? Yes, unfortunately. There's a sudden glint in her eyes. But I need to keep my mind focused on the witness. Now, where did that person go? What's that off in the distance? Oh hey, it's the pink badger. Badger, get! Badger, 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 badger. Just what does she see in these silly things? Why is she in handcuffs? I think this badger has something to say to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you by chance the witness I've been searching for? Sorry, but I won't speak badger dance. Talk to Emma again. See if I can present something. Check this out. This is a symbol of a prosecutor, right? But I don't think I've ever seen you wear it, though. Well, I'm not as enthusiastic about wearing it as you are with your pin badges. I know, right? I mean, I really wanted to put even a few more on today. Oh, hey, I like yours, Kay. Do you have any extras? Sorry, but there's only one of these in the world, and it's proof that I am the great thief. Okay. Now, if I calculate this out scientifically using my time scheduler, aha, I can definitely see all of the attractions before the park closes. Science sure is useful, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not even going to bother asking Emma how she calculated that. This head. Scientifically calculating and thinking critically about this, then putting it in the way that transmits the feelings that I understand. Ooh, done. She makes it sound like she knows what she's talking about, but she really has no idea. Admittedly, I am slightly confused by what she just rattled off on. Gosh, I can't separate the female voices. I can only do one. Seeing the blue badger sure brings back memories. Yes. Yes, indeed. I remember it like it was yesterday. That was really something, huh? The red-hot courtroom battle between the two of us. I don't think it was quite as dramatic as that. Okay, same thing. Excuse me. I really like Emma's design here. I mean, it's pretty much similar. It's pretty much the same, I think. Except for, obviously, the hat. I like the hat. It's kind of funny. That's about it. I'll talk to Kay. Yes. Notice anything besides the pink badger? You look deep in thought. Care to share, Kay? With all that's happened, I'm getting a little confused. For example, what the detective said earlier. About how we must look for the witness at the stadium? No, not that. That I'm always rooting for you bit. I was thinking how sweet that is. It's like you two are best friends. I think you're a little confused, alright. Okay. I don't think we need to present anything to her. Here we go. Oh, fuck. Ah, I can't take being inside that stuffy head anymore. You're... No. Why her? Why here? Why now? I first met this woman 3 years ago. She was a witness in one of my cases. She has since gone out of her way to pop up unexpectedly and cause me great grief. Edgy poo. Why couldn't you understand what I was trying to tell you? I mean, really, I was trying so hard to keep the kid's dream alive by staying in character, but you couldn't pick up on what I was trying to convey to you. I'm sick and tired of that roundabout way of talking, so I'm going to just be direct. I had a bad feeling before, but this just made it official. Today has gone beyond the typical not my day into the realm of waking nightmare. So you're a friend of Mr. Edgeworth too, Miss Pink Badger? Oh, you could say that, but right now I'm just a Pink Badger, dearie. She may look the part, but I know better than to trust my eyes around this woman. My name is Wendy Oldbag, but you can call me Wendy or Granny or whatever suits your fancy. Kinda rhymed, okay. Nice to meet you, Miss Oldbag. I'm Kay Faraday. What do I care about a young whippersnapper like you? Sheesh, I was just trying to be polite. Wendy Oldbag. Found the profile yet, okay. It's my least favorite reoccurring / side character, her. Yay! I don't absolutely hate her though, but you know, she's definitely not as enjoyable as some of the other characters go. I mean, she's definitely better than, like, obviously the murderers in this, the murderer character, the bad characters in general, but you know, I'm obviously meant reoccurring / side characters, so that means it would have to be her. Weren't you a security guard at one of the Gatewater hotels the last time we met? I go where I'm needed. I'm very good at what I do, unlike the youth of today. I get called in all the time to fill in when there aren't enough hands. But enough about me, Edgy Poo. I'm thoroughly dejected right now. I finally get the chance to see you again, and here you are talking with 2 young girls. Men are all the same, it doesn't matter. With young girls, why did you say they happen to notice me? He went and got into an arranged marriage with a 6 What the fuck? Okay. You seem to attract all sorts of interesting people, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, it's because I have the Edgeworth Riz. Kay, please, I'm begging you. By all means, do not provoke her any further. The witness. Aren't you forgetting about something, Mr. Edgeworth? This person could be the witness. Honestly, I hope she isn't, but I don't think fate is going to be so kind today. I saw what happened. I even saw the exact moment it happened. How's that? So it's true, she is the witness. Sigh. I don't suppose I can afford to ignore the old bag. Yes, it was just a little while ago. You get her profile yet? Yes, security. Oh, it's just security lady. Age, we don't know. Gender, female. The lady inside the pink badger, I believe her real name is Wendy Oldbag. I mean, she said it herself. I don't know why we need to say that we think it is. Excuse me. Sorry. Yes, it was just a little while ago. I saw it happen right in front of me. The moment of the murder. You mean to say that you witnessed someone being killed right before your eyes? Sounds like a pretty important piece of testimony to me. That look. What old bag witnessed? I came to the stadium to take a short break, and I was resting. I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. Interesting. Looks like we hit the jackpot, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I can't afford to ignore what she has to say. Unfortunately. What's that unfortunately you tacked on at the end supposed to mean, edgy poo? Well, anyway, let's see what we can find out from this little old lady. Reveal. I came to see him to take a short break. You mean you took a break from being a pink badger? Oh, hiccups. Oh no. You may not think it, but it's hard work keeping kids' dreams alive. You smell of sweat, your hip creaks with pain, you even begin to dream about work. Oops, sorry. That's the kind of story that would scar a child for life, you know? Well, that's why I chose to come take my break here, whippersnapper. I don't plan on playing the part of the dead badger in front of a bunch of kids. So what did you see while you, the pink badger, were resting? Oh yes, that's, well... As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. You saw two men. Can you describe them for me? They look like your average Joes, completely uninteresting and not worth fawning over. I'm telling you, they were so boring that I don't even remember much beyond that. But did they have any special features? Anything you can recall that would be helpful? Would be. Oh my, don't tell me you're jealous of those two men. Hey, she's right. You do seem pretty worked up over them, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not worked up over anyone, and I'm not jealous. It's alright, Edgy Poo. Those two were just fowls compared to a stallion like you. I thought so little of them that I lost interest the instant I laid eyes on them. Suddenly there was a loud gunshot and the person who was shot fell to the ground. Well, okay, that would make sense, I guess. You're claiming to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place. Absolutely, that gun made a terrible racket when it was fired. You didn't try to go help the person that got shot? I'm only one person, you smart Alaki brat. What could I have done? But I took off as soon as I could to find someone who could help. Two men, one bullet. Two men, one bullet. Oh, sounds like an interesting title for a video. It's all consistent with what we found from the body. Sadly, there wasn't exactly a lot of new information to go on in your testimony. I gotta make sure I write this down before I forget. Well, if I saw the guy again, I'm sure I could identify him for you. I mean, how could you expect me to remember anything without something to jog my memory? A kiss will do. Two men, one bullet. It's done. Self-centered, aren't we? While it was somewhat useful, her testimony also presents us with a new problem. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes. So about this new problem, what is that giant grin on your face for? Do you want me to show you something really nice? No, thank you. Don't be so mean. I swear it's something you're gonna like. It's a phone. What is that gadget you're holding? What you see before you is the secret weapon of a great thief. Ah, I should have known it would be worthless. Don't be like that. Teehee. A fucking holo projector. What do you think now? What is it doing? It's projecting something into the air. I'm going to input the necessary information to run the simulation now. My gosh, it's like the first thing futuristically, technologically advanced we've seen in this game, which actually takes place in the future than when it was released in. Like, this game was released in, what, 2009, 2010, the late 2000s, basically. Even though, like, the phone here is, like, you know, chunky and not really, like, flat like a smartphone, it's able to do, like, a little holo projector. That's cool. Okay, I'm seeing the technology advancing right now. Damn it, I didn't read it. Shit. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares takes wing, one alone remains all seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern day Robin Hood. Oh my gosh, what is she doing? A recreation? What is this? This is a pre-creation of the murder based on the info I inputted into Little Thief. Little Thief? I dare say I think you're taking the Robin Hood thing a bit too far. Little Thief is actually meant to be a simulator for me to plan my thefts. But I suppose if I used it like this... Let's see. Miss Oldbag said that two men were facing each other, and then a gunshot rang out, and the victim fell to the ground. So with this, we can inspect the crime scene as it was in the past. See? So what do you think? I have to say, I'm impressed by the technology thieves have access to these days. Well, it is the super secret weapon of the mighty Yada. Indeed. Oh, but if there isn't enough information, or if something's out of place, the recreation could come out a little strange. In other words, I can use this to authenticate the validity of a witness's testimony. Oh, that was Edgeworth. Fuck. You got it. You really catch on quick, Mr. Edgeworth. Right now, the simulation is a recreation of that witness's testimony. So for now, I should re-examine everything. And if I find anything illogical or strange, I can ask them for. I can then ask for clarification. Feel free to examine anything in the simulation in the way you always do. You can even present evidence when you find a contradiction. Even if you find something, I've got Little Thief with me. So you just let me know, okay? Begin investigation. Emma! This is amazing! Just feel the power of science! What do you think? I bet Wendy is feeling mine is imploded right now. What is this? Some sort of new attraction? Oh, I can present stuff to her now. Check this out. Go on, Edgepoo, show me anything, I'll tell you all about it. Very well. What do you think about this? It's nothing special. Somehow I figured she'd say as much. Okay. Just gonna do this. Ooh, yet another blue badger. I've had my fill of these things for a lifetime. Thank you for the extra commentary, but all I wanted was for you to take a look. Oh, alright, I guess I can do that. But only because it's you, Edgepoo. What's wrong with this thing? Why is this blue badger wearing sunglasses? How could she have not noticed all this time? It's like a lineup of ugly thugs. You cut to the quick. Only behind the scenes, I'm the pink badger right now to the kids. But don't you think I've been even more lovable if I kept this headpiece on? Think of the children. You're the one who wants to keep their sweet dreams alive, right? Oops. Thanks to this, people have been taking my picture all day. It's like I'm one of the mascot characters of this park. It's not like you are the mascot character. Well, one of them anyway. Oh, but you have no idea how hard it is to be one. You're not allowed to talk at all. Oh, excuse me. Taking away my ability to talk halves my effectiveness as a human being. You have a hard time not talking, but it seems like such an easy thing to do. What do you know, youngin? Just wait until you're my age, then we'll see. Is it possible this loud old lady was once a quite fair maiden? Ha, impossible. Okay, nothing but stolen costumes. The murder notes. I don't know why she would know anything about that. Okay, not dependent. And the next one's the Badgermobile. Nothing about that. Poor old bag doesn't have any doesn't have a car of her own. Time to examine this music. It looks like they broke the stage down. I did not read the thing. I guess this means they're done for the day. Or maybe it's because a different show is scheduled to start its run tomorrow. It looks like they broke the stage down. Okay, is that it? Okay, anything to add? Recreation. So you believe that this gadget will provide us with the proof we need? Yeah, of course. Pretty neat, huh? By inputting info like this, it can recreate the crime scene exactly as it was. Although Little Thief was originally intended to be a training sim for heist. A training sim for thievery? I don't believe I can turn a deaf ear to that, Kay. Bah, it's for practice! Practice! It's not like I've actually stolen anything yet. Besides, we're in the middle of an investigation, so stop nitpicking. Even if it's just practice, I can't exactly endorse the act of stealing. Although admittedly, this device is rather useful in an investigation. Using Little Thief. So how am I supposed to use this to aid my investigation? Oh, that's right. I guess I should explain how to use it, huh? Objects outlined in yellow are things that are not present in our time but were in the past. Things outlined in the dotted line are things that exist now but didn't in the past. I see. You can examine and interact with replicated people and objects as you normally do. You can even present evidence whenever you find an inconsistency. Oh, and be sure to point out mistakes in the recreation with evidence too. Very well. Let's continue with the investigation. Is there something you don't get about Little Thief? Feel free to ask any time, okay? Alright then. You have my thanks. Dotted lines. I'm not seeing dotted lines. So these are in the past. Let me look at my logic, see if I got anything to add together. Victim was kidnapper. Following the kidnapper's prints led us to a body. It was the victim in a costume. The stage I saw this morning in this morning in the center of the stadium has been packed away. Stage was packed up. I don't see no correlation between those two. It's the silhouette of the killer with his gun at the ready. Okay, is it not possible to recreate the face of the killer? Well, I can't exactly input what we don't know into a Little Thief. She has a point. According to the testimony, the victim fell to the ground here. That's right, but if that's the case, then we already found our first contradiction. Huh? What? Where? If this is the real scene of the crime, there's something missing that should be here. What piece of evidence shows the missing item? Let's look at this. Body was moved, shot from the shoulder. It's probably this, because he was shot from underneath. Yeah. This is the contradiction. Gosh, I'm so fucking smart. Eh? Is something wrong with my recreation? If this is the real scene of the crime, something specific should be here. If you think back, how did we deduce that the other crime scene was not the real one? Oh, I get what's missing now. There's no blood on the ground here either, right? Right. Oh, Phoenix, right. Oh, my best friend. Oh, I miss him. The fact that there is no blood here casts doubts on the witness's testimony. Edgeworth, how can you doubt me like that? Are you calling me a liar? I know what I saw, and I saw the victim get shot down. You know, I don't think she's lying, Mr. Edgeworth. To be honest, I can't think of a reason why she would lie to me. In that case, maybe there is another explanation for the distinct lack of blood. Why is there no blood around the victim's prone body? Huh? Why? Why? Logic. I need to take a sip. I say that as I downed a whole bottle. Alright, let me see what I can do with the logic right now. Victim was a kidnapper. Why is there no blood? The stage was packed up. Well, following the kidnapper's appearance of his body, was the victim in a costume? Okay, these two could work. Wait, maybe not. Okay, I think these two can work. Was the victim in a costume, which is probably why there's no blood. Hell yeah. Is it not possible that the victim was wearing a costume? So you really think that Mr. Deacon was one of the kidnappers? I think we can reasonably assume that there's a very good chance that he was. And that if he was shot while he was inside of those stolen costumes, then Mr. Deacon's blood would be inside the costume instead of on the ground. Precisely. Now, if only we could prove that the victim was wearing a costume. You'd think it'd be pretty easy if we could find some footprints, but the problem is finding them since there doesn't seem to be any around. Uh-oh. Q and Emma. Footprints, huh? I wonder how we can go about finding some of those. Well, we're gonna have to ask Emma. This is amazing! Footprint analysis. Emma, about that method you were talking about for finding footprints. Ah, finally, my expert knowledge in forensics is needed. Yes, well, can you detect and trace even partial footprints? Leave it to me. My cutting-edge detection kit can find anything. Very well. If you could please analyze the footprints in this area. Okay, stand back now and witness the power of science at work. So the foot... Oh, okay. Oh, she just turned it off. Hey, I found something. Look right here. There. I don't see anything. Oh, that's right. Here, put these special glasses on, Mr. Edgeworth. Whoa, whoa. I'm seeing red. These footprints here were definitely left by a blue badger costume. Judging by the way the prints are layered, those seems to be the newest. Then we can conclude that the victim was definitely wearing a costume at the time. Victim's costume. Okay, in that case, I'll update Little Thief's simulation parameters. I can't wait to see what we find out with this new info. Vroom. That fucking faceplant. Investigation complete. So the victim was wearing a costume when he died. And with that, we should be one step closer to the truth, right? I see the recreation has changed in accordance with the new information. We may be closer, but now something else has caught my attention. What do you want? Your testimony, naturally. I'd like to hear it one more time, if you please. What old bag witnessed? I came to the stadium to take a short break, and I was resting. I happened to glance over and I saw two men fighting each other in that area. Suddenly there was a loud gunshot and the person who shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. So does this mean that Miss Oldbag's testimony has a contradiction in it? Yes, and I believe our best course of action is to compare it with your recreation. See, I just knew a little thief would be of help. Oh, shush. Now let's see if we can pull more info from Miss Oldbag to put into the recreation. For that, we must first find the contradiction in our testimony. Rabiodo. Yep, I came to say it's 6 sharp rate. I think we already read this. Okay, so this is the same stuff. Yeah, because we didn't get to present anything in the last time she did this. Actually, let me look at the evidence that we got. Victim's costume. He was likely wearing one due to footprint shape and the lack of blood. Let's see here. Shot to the ground. It's terrifying. Oops, I did not see that. The contradiction stands out like a giant sore thumb. Precisely. It's all becoming clear to me. Let's clear up this issue with some well-presented evidence and get this over with. I had 2 men. Suddenly there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. I happened to glance over and I saw 2 men facing each other in that area. Okay. I think you have to press on this. You saw 2 men. Can you describe them for me? Average Joes. Okay. Okay, I don't doubt that. Something's going to gunshot, the person shot fell to the ground. They have to present the costume. Okay, let's try this. Aha, I knew it. You dumb bitch. 2 men. How did you know the gender of the 2 people involved? Seeing as how the victim was wearing a costume at the time. Ah. Furthermore, I have another matter I'd like to inquire about. I'd very much like to know why you failed to mention the costume in your testimony. What? I'm beginning to doubt if you really witnessed the murder at all. But I'm telling you, I really did see it. I saw it with my very own old-ass eyes. From a seat in the 2nd tier. The 2nd tier? Hey, didn't you say you saw it right in front of you earlier? That was, you know, I was just using the phrase in the metamorphical sense. Sorry, I see our witness still has a few screws loose. In the metaphorical sense. The cushy seats in the 2nd tier are reserved for hotshot VIPs, which is exactly why I go there now and again to take a nap. I can't see how you could have gotten a good look from there. It's so high up. Were you able to see even the victim's costume from way up there? Well, now I know I saw 2 people, but I couldn't really see what they looked like because they were in the stage's shadow. In the shadow of the stage, it was hard to make out the killer and the victim that Oldbag saw in the stage's shadow. Shadow had to be like, yeah, I think I'm back. Because Keanu Reeves is playing Shadow. Okay. My eyesight isn't what it used to be, you know. Not like when I was 34 at 100. Of course, they noticed me in the flash and tried to make me move. Easy, I was a careful girl with. So, let's return to our investigation, shall we, Kay? You got it. Bill, 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 Bill. Boom! Sorry, that was loud. Another investigation, huh? Okay, let's look at the costume area again. This new silhouette of the victim is in a costume. The silhouettes can change depending on the information I input, but Little Thief can recreate more than just people. So investigate away. We may find even more info with which to make a more accurate sim. Alright, sounds like a plan. Maybe if I look on here again. Broke down the stage, yeah. Well, let's talk to Old Bag. Ammo? Footprint analysis. Thanks to you, I'm able to proceed with my investigation once again. Thank you. It was nothing. I'm just glad that science and I could be of service. Pretty amazing how we can see the footprints. So what's the secret behind that thing? Oh, you want to know? Here, you can read the manual. Aha, very interesting. So if I do this, I can avoid leaving footprints. Can't seriously be trying to use the information to our advantage as a thief. Wait. Huh. Try more logic. Try to make out the killing the victim Old Bag saw in the stage's shadows. Stages back up. Maybe this. Oh shit! If that woman's testimony is to be believed, the murder occurred before the stage was broken down. Do you want me to input that bit of info into Little Thief? Yes, if you please. Okay. Bill. How are you able to input all that information with just one click? Recreation. Oh my gosh. Oh, I see it. The dotted lines is the past. Wait, no, it's the present. This is just the future. No, okay. The solid lines are the past. The dotted lines are the present. Got it. At least that's what Kay said, I think. Shit. Things outlined in the dotted lines are things that exist now but didn't in the past. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I was right. Let's look at the killer again. There is clearly a contradiction here. Oh, a contradiction here. Please stop stealing my lines. Oh, come on. It wasn't that hard to see it coming, even for a layman like me. I suppose, in any case, it's not possible for the killer to have stood here in that way. Because there was a very real stage set up in this spot at that time. Yeesh, I told you I got it. Do you feel the need to explain everything? Yes, well, yes. In any case, we still need to resolve this unusual situation. Isn't it obvious? The killer was on top of the stage. Naturally. Right, Miss Oldbag? Ah, yes, I remember now. The killer was standing on top of the stage. Alright, see, now let me update the info in the simulation. Huh. I don't think that matches up with the bullet wound. Where are we at? Damn, we're basically an hour. Okay. Well, well, what have we here? A bunch of hooligans running amok, I see. Oh, let me take a sip before this guy Agent Schlong Wolf, how nice of you to join us. Well, I can't have you going around messing up my crime scenes. Agent Wolf. I guess I can say Agent Wolf or Agent... I'll just say Agent Schlong. It's funnier. Agent Schlong. We discovered that the real scene of the murder is here, the stadium. I see. Thanks. For what? I'm just trying to show you my appreciation for all the time you saved me. Who knew that such a strange little toy could recreate a crime scene like that? Little thief is not a toy. You two. Take her toy away. Wow, they did all that. And there you have it. You see, big boys like me don't need silly toys, little girl. Sigh. Hey. We told you what happened. Don't take the credit. Now this is a recreation. So what? Do you still intend to assert that Officer Meekins is the killer? Of course. Even knowing that the crime took place here doesn't let him off the hook. Argument. Agent Schlong's logic. This is the real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage. And then the victim finally showed. He shot him from on high. That's the truth your little recreations showed. I can't do his voice consistently. How far will you go to accuse Officer Meekins of the crime? He's the most likely suspect we've got, especially given the situation of his gun. Well, even if he is the killer, at least my recreation was on the mark. You see? Thank you for understanding, my little crow girl. I'm not some common crow. I'm the Yada, the Raven of Legend. Unfortunately, your conclusion has yet to be tested, so let's see how well it holds up. Rabiel. This is the real scene of the crime. Oops, let me go back. Looks like we found the real crime scene first. Ha! Brag all you want, but we don't want all that free time unlike the we don't have all that free time unlike the two of you. Hehe, you know what you remind me of? A dog licking his wounds as he whimpers home. Well, I guess I should be thankful for all the time you saved me. Easy. That's how we say thanks in my country. You're welcome. I hope he realizes we didn't do all this for him. But I'm here now, so I'll be taking over. As I was saying, this is where the crime took place. Of course. Oh, sorry. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage. Lying in wait. How did Officer Meekins even know the victim was going to come here? Simple. He was investigating the kidnappers, right? And while he was doing so, he came to understand the victim, Mr. Deacon's movements. Ha. And why would the good officer want to ambush and kill a kidnapper? Not so fast. You mean his motive? Who knows and who cares? You can find that out for yourself when you talk to him in jail. You have no respect for the order of law. Don't get me wrong, but I need more than there's no motive to convince me otherwise. He's right. The lack of a motive is a rather weak argument by itself. So the officer lay in wait on top of the stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. So you agree with how our recreation turned out? Like I said, I'm grateful that you were able to save me some time. Alright, but we still don't know why he chose to wait on top of the stage. Who cares? Maybe he wanted to he wanted to become the Blue Badger. Who's to say he didn't see the stage and decided to put on a Badger stage show on its own? Or maybe there's a completely different reason. What does it matter? It still doesn't change the fact that Officer Meekins stood up on that stage and shot the victim on the ground below. That's the truth your little recreation showed. I don't know why I had to say that in the voice again. So you honestly believe that what you're saying is what really occurred? Hey, you're the ones who came up with this scenario. Are you saying you doubt yourselves? Touché. Unfortunately, Agent Chlong's conclusions do not contradict with our recreation. Then does that mean it all went down just as he says? No, not quite. I wonder if what we had recreated earlier was the whole truth. Probably not. Oh, let's save. I like saving before I donk on heads. I don't know. Let's take a sip. I am very tired. This is real soon the crime. Yep. Officer Meekins laying wait for the victim on top of the stage, and when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. Body was shot through, shot from abdomen through shoulder. No, 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 no. Objection! Stupid bitch. I'm terribly sorry, Agent Ling. I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You cut in quite unexpectedly after all. What's that supposed to mean? You said that the victim was shot by the killer from up above, correct? I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible. Huh? Why not? Recall Mr. Deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located. Actually, I didn't get that good of a look. Oh, well then. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon's in his abdominal region and exited his right shoulder. This is more consistent with an angled shot from beneath the victim. Gah. Then, yes, our recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above. A clear contradiction. You're discounting your own conclusions? No, this one point is the only one flaw. What? Okay. This was the mistaken parameter in our recreation. The stage's location, the witness location, the killer, and the victim's location. Yeah, because the victim had to be on the stage then. Yes, the location of the killer and the victim were wrong. Ah, I get it. I see what you're trying to say. I believe the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It was the victim who was on top of the stage as he was being shot by the killer. Witness! The power of technology. There. If this is what happened, it also explained the positioning of the gunshot wounds. But then what about the footprints? Since footprints don't lie, we can assume then that the killer also wore a costume. Okay, I'll try using that data instead. I don't know why that's so funny. Judging by the fact that both the killer and the victim were wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Ling? It's Schlong. Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone doesn't clear Officer Meekins of the crime. Argument, another bit of proof. I ask that you take another good look at the tire marks over there. The 3 marks are indicative of the Blue Badger mobile. That story Officer Meekins told about that shop on wheels. Excuse me. Oof. Getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the Blue Badger mobile here and committed the murder. Then he used a car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area. You believe he moved the body with the car? That's right. It was Officer Meekins himself who pointed us to the way he did it. The three-tied tread marks are very telling. However, is the Blue Badgermobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? Rabiotto. I ask you to take another good look at the tire marks over there. The tire marks? Yes, the tire marks. The one there behind the stage. It is a circle. They were hidden up until now by the various pieces of stage equipment. As for when they were made, they must have been made after the rain had begun to fall, correct? Yes, and probably around the same time as when the killer's footprints were made. The tires in that Blue Badgermobile probably got pretty muddy because of that. I say it's the Blue Badgermobile because, well, that's pretty obvious too. The three marks are indicative of the Blue Badgermobile. 3 tire marks. I have to agree that the Blue Badger mobile has 3 tires. Of course, the only thing in this park that could make those marks is that roving shop. Are you forgetting that there are in fact 3 of them? You can't simply ignore the pink and the Proto Badgermobiles, Agent Schlong. Of course, I didn't say it couldn't be either of the other 2. But I see no reason to drag them into this just to complicate things. That story Officer Meekins told about the shop on the wheels got in stone was just a lie. Of course, you have some sort of proof that it was all a lie, correct? Of course not. Well, that was blunt. But suppose it is a lie, it would explain a lot of things, like his movements and his whereabouts. He drove the Blue Badgermobile here and committed the murder. So you still claim that the tire marks belong to the Blue Badgermobile. It must have arrived on the scene after the ground had become wet with rain. Officer Meekins committed the murder. Then he used a car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area. Besides the Blue Badgermobile, there are other ways the body could have been moved. Recall what the Wild Wild West area looked like. Only the Blue Badgermobile and Mr. Deacon's body were in the garage. I'd say that's proof. I suppose if we were to look at that place, that would be the only logical conclusion. However, my experience tells me that the truth is usually not so easily found. Is there some sort of problem with Agent Lang's statement with regard to that scene? Looks like the only thing that the car was selling was death, not dreams. Only if what Agent Schlong believes turns out to be true. The 3 tied tread marks are very telling. However, okay. There's only thing capable of creating such a pattern. The 3 marks are indicative of the Blue Badgermobile. Okay, I think we need to present on this. And let me see if we get anything that has a 3 tire thing. Victim's costume. Okay. Can't really see the picture, but that's fine. Stolen costumes, no. Photo rally, Bible, the head. Sorry after making told about the shop on wheels. Getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the Blue Badger mobile here and committed the murder. And this was after the rain. Then he used the car to move the body in the garage in the Wild West area. What about the costume? Okay, let me go through this again quickly. The tire marks, yeah, the one behind the scene, stage. Yep, those three. They're really wide. They were hidden up until now by the various pieces of stage equipment. As for when they were made, they must have been made after the rain had begun to fall. Yeah, it's probably rather safe. The tires probably got pretty muddy because of that. Oh. No, it's not. It's not muddy. He drove and committed the murder. Let me present the car. You dumb bitch. Sorry, Agent Schlong, but that's an impossible tale. And why is that? Those tire marks could not have been left by Officer Meekin's blue Badger mobile. One look at the car would have told you so. What proves that the blue Badger mobile had never been to the stadium? I don't know, the fucking tire? That's so stupid. Take a good look at the tires. There's not a single dollop of mud to be found on it. Blah. If this car has come to the backstage area and left those tire tracks, then the lack of mud on those tires stand out as very peculiar indeed. Then how do you explain the tire tracks, genius? Hey, I've got it. What about Miss Oldbag's pink Badger mobile? Don't be ridiculous. I was sleeping the entire time in the second tier seats. Indeed, I believe we can rule her out as someone related to the crime. However, there is yet one more roving store, as I recall. Oh, you mean the Proto Badger? That's right. There is one more parking space inside the garage, and it proves the existence of a Proto Badger mobile. Agent Schlong, I suggest you find this Proto Badger mobile post-haste. There must still be some sort of incriminating evidence on it. Ah. It? Hey, did you hear something? Oh my gosh. Help me. What is that? Who is he? Sorry, I meant to say, what is that? Bleh. Are you alright? Well, this is something. Looks like we found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time? Well, West, with kidnappers. He was in the room next to the one I was held in. Ran away using underground and got lost. The kidnappers. What is it? I can't understand what you're trying to say. The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but one was a woman. A woman? Quite an important piece of testimony. Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there and get your cops on this already. Okay. I'll even let you guys have what that kid said just now. Consider it a gift. Oh, now my voice is really hurting. I also like how they took off their glasses and sing. Now, are you going to get out of my crime scene, or am I going to have to get rough? Heck, again. You're nothing but a big bully. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go. Oh, no, no, no. Not you. You're a very important witness for my case. I'm not about to let you get away that easily. Don't count on me to testify, because I won't. Not for you. Well, that's right. I won't either, you hear me, you young whippersnapper? Hey, calm down. There's no need for all this hostility. I just want to take a statement from each of you. I'm not going to rough either of you up. I give you my word. Come now, fair maidens. What do you say? Will you cooperate? Fair maidens? My, you little rascal, you sure know the way into a woman's heart. Lang Zi says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and a lady is young forever. Trying to outdo my edgy poo with your fancy schmancy shames. Let's get this over with, so we're clear. I'm only interested in giving you my statement. Sure, just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be. Mr. Edgeworth! See ya. Wouldn't want to be you. Damn, he just left. To be continued. Alright, 2 continued parts. Well, technically 1. A little over 1 to be continued parts. Gotta take a drink. March 13th, 2:34 p.m. Well, West area. Looks like we got the boot again. With Lance safe, the focus on the investigation will shift solely onto the murder. You mean the infighting between the kidnappers? Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Miles, my boy. Who is this? Oh, it's Ernest. Tell me it's true. Tell me that you really found my boy. Yes, Mr. Armando, we found him earlier in the stadium. Then my little Lance is unhurt? He's not exactly the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang. Poor Lance. It must have been so horrible for him. Locked up like a... Okay. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here. Yep, okay. Can I see the cat now? Okay, no, it's the same thing. Please, let me skip this. Alright, let's go talk to Ernest. Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock over what happened to Oliver. But I have to say, I'm relieved that Lance is alright. Oh, that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him. A letter? Oh, the way Lance is being chased after by women reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look for yourself. Isn't this a breach of confidentiality? My dear Lanzamano, may I come see you again? Your beloved Viola. Uh-oh. Viola? Like Justice for All Viola? Was it just for all? No. It was Trials and Tribulations Viola. You mean the Viola from Trials and Tribulations? It's a very simple love letter. Oh, hey, let me see. It's really weird. It's from a loan company, Tender Lender. Okay. Looks more like a collection bill to me. Alright, Tender Lender is still at it. Let's take a look at this letter. Letter for Lance Amano. The sender is the Tender Lender Loan Company. Oops. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Alright then. Let's present the letter. Oh, it's not okay. Alright, I got it. Thank you. Thank you! Let's go talk to, I forgot her name. Oh, his profile's here now. Lance Amano, 21. Kidnapping victim escaped from the kidnapper's hideout and was found at the stadium. Okay, where is she? She's right there. Laureen Palps. Lance Amano's girlfriend came to get Waterland in search of Lance. Laureen. Laureen. He loves me not. He loves me not. That's a 12th one. No, you can't give up, Laureen. Just one more try. Excuse me, but I can't help but feel a bit sorry for all the flowers you've gone through. I suppose if there were me, then... I believe you said that you are Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct? Yes, I am, but... Oh, not like we both think of each other as lovers. But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either. I mean, because this isn't just any ordinary ring. Little. It is so sweet when you lick it, and it's so wonderful. You mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring? So which is it? Have you guys not decided if you're going out, or is it just one-sided? Decided? Shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know? My father used to work for Mr. Amano, and so Lance and I grew up together. I said out loud. I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee of the Amano group. What did he do? I heard his job was to fly around the world. On Pegasus. Pegasus? Oh, Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. You had me there for a second. But now it's all changed. My father, he isn't around anymore. Oh, I see. About 10 years ago, he rode in Pegasus off to somewhere and never returned. Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown. Sounds like the stuff legends are made of. It's been so long, I don't think I'd recognize him if we were to meet again. I'm so sorry, Laureen. But I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live. Yes, Laureen, live! Oh my gosh. About this incident. Incident? But isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incident. How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped? Oh, that's because of my woman's intuition. You based everything on that? I know everything when it comes to my Lance. It's really strange. It really must be destiny. Blush. Ah, she started fantasizing again. So what are you going to do now, Mr. Edgeworth? We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there is one location that might hold a clue or two. Isolation room, crime scene, kidnapper's hideout. The hideout. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout. But we're still not allowed in, remember? Agent Schlong and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there's no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in. Which one? So this must be the blue Badger-mobile that Officer Meekins was driving. He said it was stolen, didn't he? Don't tell me that you were the one who stole it. What the heck are you talking about? I don't even have a license. It's illegal to drive a car without a license. A great thief doesn't break the law. This little girl has a very odd understanding of the word law. Okay, so we get the crime scene. Can't examine it. Awesome. Yeah. I can go this way. Oh, the entrance to the park. Who's over there? Is that fucking Phoenix, Maya, and Pearls? They say that couples who cross this bridge together will find happiness. Or so the Gatewater Land pamphlet says. But you think that they already be happy because they were able to come together? Logistics aside, I wonder who came up with this tale and when. This bridge doesn't look old enough to be the stuff of legends. Well, some things are better left uninvestigated, don't you think? Ignorance is bliss. I can examine this whole area. Oh my god. That's funny. Oh man, I wish I can put in the soy jack meme of the guy going, whoa, pointing his finger behind him and it's like, whoa, but it's just Miles Edgeworth. You know what I mean? Editor, insert edit of Miles Edgeworth soy jacking pointing towards the boat. It's not gonna show up because I don't know how to do that. That would've been a nice thumbnail actually. Is this still part of the bridge? It's not. Damn, that looks like it's got a lot of good stories to tell about the olden days. Oh, it looks incredibly new to me. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you need to line up and get a sense of humor. That was rather rude, but just this once I'll look the other way. On second thought, maybe the first thing you need to work on is tact. Can you say that again? The olden days. A lot of good stories talk about the olden days. Oh my gosh, I don't get the joke. I'm sorry. To think they were but a hotel, To think they were but a hotel, now they have their own safari park attraction. Talk about a veritable goulash of rides and attractions. With so many of them, you think they would have a ninja house. Like one of those buildings with a zillion secret places to hide in. Those are fun. Well, they don't. Hey, how can you be so sure? Oh, I know. I bet they really do have one, but it's hidden in a real ninja fashion. Come on out, ninja house. I know you're around here somewhere. A hidden ninja house. Next, you'll be looking for a lost pirate ship. I wish Edgeworth had something to say about them. Okay, now who are you? This man looks suspiciously like the precinct. Oh, it's a chief. Look at that lovely smile on the blue badger's face. Ah, it's looking at me. Make it stop. It's scary. It's alright, dear. You want to know something? I was the one who created the blue badger. See, look at his eyes. Don't they look just like Daddy's? It's scary. It's scary because they do look like yours, Daddy. Well, that was rather depressing. I think I'd better leave the two of them alone. Blue badger. Why is there a blue badger here too? Are you deathly allergic to him or something? It's not that. It's more the half smile on his face. It's really unsettling. She's disturbed by the half smile. I'm more disturbed by its movement and how it managed to obstruct an investigation. Yeah. Alright, so that was a little cameo area, so that's good to know. Talk to him, see if you have anything to say. What do you have to report? Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary, sir. Where have I heard of such redundancy before? Is it possible for you to let us take a look around inside? Sir, roger, sir. That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Didn't Agent Long, order you not to allow me in? Sir, that's true, sir, but Detective Gumshoe asked me to personally let you in, sir. And I couldn't refuse a request from him. Wow, looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following. Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to you, sir. What is this? Colin Devore. 5'8", male, 123.45 pounds, dominant hand right, whereabouts unknown after escape from Penny Dent Prison. Penny Dent Prison, okay. Stole a gun from a guard during his escape. We thought he might head for where his... Okay, I can't read. This man in this picture. Isn't this Mr. Oliver Deacon? But the name here says Colin Devoray. That's the same name as the one on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin Devoray was his real name. What's this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison? What? Then what was he doing here? Apparently he broke out of jail and then just vanished. He must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon. Colin Devoray dossier. Now I'm not sure what's going on anymore. Alright, let me look at the letter, see if I can finish it. Details Oliver Deacon's real name and history. Okay, we thought he might head for where his wife and sole daughter are, but despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. Oh, he can't show up to his family anymore. Oh, so sweet. No, oh, so selfless. I'm kidding. Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and this current case? These police documents are rather detailed. Let me take a sip. Alright, where are we at? Oh, we're over half an hour. Over an hour and a half. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. It's fine. Let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout. Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later. More than thinking things through, I think you should try remembering things first. Now then, if you could please unlock this door, officer. It was locked up until a little while ago, but since then, the door's been wide open, sir. I'm not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Care to explain in a bit more detail? Sir, the door was locked down tight when they went to check out the room. So they got out 10 officers to help out and break the door down, sir. I see. I guess that means I get Agent Shillong's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find. March 13, 2:55 p.m. Kidnapper's hideout. So this is where the kidnappers planned their foul deed. While you were tied up for a while in the room next door, Kay, Kay, please, must you bring that up again? Now then, down to business. There might still be some clues left in this room. Let's try to find out what we can of the other kidnappers' identity. Begin an investigation. This door is thoroughly broken thanks to the police who forced it open. I won't rest until... Okay. Shut up. Let's take a look at the ladder down here. The panel that hid the entrance to the underground is propped up and wide open. Be careful of where you step, Kay. I only fell into that other opening once, you know. The barrels. Ooh, they have barrels like these just outside. Yes, and? Well, I know I already asked you when we were out there, but if these were real, what would you put in them? There's an expectant gleam in her eyes that I'm about to dash. That doorknob handle thingy is looking pretty beat up. I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brute force. Hey, that's odd. The lockout on this is completely fine. Look, not a single dent. But how is that possible after what the officer told us? Yeah, if the lock had been in use when the door was busted down, then the lock itself should be completely wrecked. So the lock on the door leading to the outside is undamaged. How can that be? The door leading outside, the door had to be forced open, yet the lock is intact. Was it not locked? And what's this? Looks like a sword. A broken sword. Strange. Why would it be broken like that? Broken prop sword found lying next to the door, broken cleanly in half. Logic. Swords don't usually break on their own. That's true. Alright then, let's think about it this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it for or on something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more on this later. Let me take a sip. The longer this goes on, the more frequent the water breaks are. Okay, so the other piece of the sword says the same thing. Okay, I think we can finish looking here. Let's examine the hole here. Hey, there's a trapdoor in this room too. It's not a trapdoor, it's an entrance to an underground passage, Kay. I know that. The door leading to the outside world was locked, so Lance must have escaped his prison through here. Well, how do you escape through there if the other side also... If my room didn't have... okay, my room had this hatch too, but it didn't really lead to an exit, so how would he exit through this? You're saying that all the hatches are not the same? Oh, they have barrels like these just outside. Okay. Alright, thank you. Come on, please. Please, thank you. Let's look at the chairs. Unused folding chairs lean against the wall in their folded state. Wow, whoever lined these up did it perfectly. They're not even a single hair off. I'd feel bad using these because it'd be like stealing the perfection away. I suspect it's more like you wouldn't want to be the one to put them away. The broken mirror? Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a broken mirror. It probably came from the haunted house. Why is this here? Are they planning to repair it? What's this? A sign advertising the photo rally, something I have absolutely no interest in. Yeah, but I do. I'm gonna get my hands on the rest of the Badger family, you'll see. She definitely brings a decidedly different atmosphere to a criminal investigation. The chairs. I won't rest until I inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. The chair! Folding chairs, and by the looks of it, they were probably used by the kidnappers. There are 3 chairs set around the table. Folding chairs, 3 of them were set up. It's very likely that the kidnappers sat in these. You can tell by the butt grooves. Okay. And what's this one? A poster of the Gatewater land is stuck on this wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige. Gatewater land has it all and it's waiting for you. It's not especially catchy, is it? Okay, let's look at the coffee maker. The cups. The coffee? Cheap styrofoam cups. Looks like only 3 cups were used. 3 cups. They were on top of the table. The coffee looks like it was poured today. Logic. You want my nose? Alright, that's about it here. I guess. Trading post. Beyond this door is where the kidnappers held you after getting the jump on you. Must you keep reminding me? Because it's the room where I got to see your awesome woo face. You didn't need to remind me of that mortifying experience either. Either, whatever. This must be where they dispose of the old and worn out costumes. That's so sad. It would seem that they throw the costumes away in pieces. Costume pieces in the hideout, there is a trash bin for old and useless costumes. More logic. Is that it here? Okay, I think we can now piece together a logic. But before that, I'm gonna have to do a little code. Okay. Let's see here. We got the costume piece, the broken prop sword, the deer living outside, the folding chairs, the 3 cups. Okay, we can definitely do the folding chairs and the 3 cups, obviously. So let's get this out the way. The common denominator between the cups and the falling chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costume is also 3. It is? Oh yeah, it is. Wait, but I thought there were only 2 kidnappers. Indeed, something isn't adding up. Literally. Is it possible there is a 3rd kidnapper that Lance didn't see? Costume pieces, broken prop sword, the door leading outside. In the hideout, there's a trash bin of old and useless costumes. The door had to be forced open, yet the lock is intact. Was it not locked? Broken prop sword. Found lying next to the door. Okay, thinking I can put these 2 together. Great last. It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. Oh, because the sword was probably blocking the door, right? One look at the pristine door lock and anyone can see that it was not in use at that time. But the police outside said that it took 10 men to get it open. A door that was locked tight despite it not being locked at all. It can only be because of this. Oh, you mean... Yes, it was used to jam the door. Here, take a look at the door handle. Do you see how the handle is completely destroyed? So that's how the sword broke. Broken sword prop. I thought that we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers. Let's look at this sword. It was used to jam the handle to the hideout's door. Yep, broken sword. Well, it's more like a dagger. It's not really that long. Maybe it's a short sword. But instead, we only uncovered more questions that need to be answered. What the fuck? Ah! What is it? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct? What are you doing suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that? This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. We badgers also make use of it in our duties. Look, why don't you get out of there first and then we'll talk, okay? Ah, I beg your pardon, miss. Proto Badger, get already. Oh, alright. Only 1 more to go. What are you getting all excited about? Gasp. Did you forget? The photo rally, duh. See, look. Now all I have to do is get a picture of the bad badger and I'm done. Ah, yes. I vaguely recall a contest or something of that sort. Alright, see ya. What? It's gone. But where did it go? What happened? What's wrong? A bad badger costume is missing, sir. Oh, is that all? Well, it's missing because the kidnappers stole it. I heard about how they were stolen, but they said that only 3 of the costumes had been taken. What? Is he saying that more than 3 of them are gone? Mr. Proto Badger, please tell me a little more about the about these costumes you used. You have to come to me first. Hehehe. Select a K. See if there's anything. Kidnapper's hideout. So this is the room next to the one we were held prisoners in. You know, I took a peek in here though, through the door from the other room. As did I, K. Anyway, if this room was truly the kidnapper's hideout, then that means there should be some clues to their identities here, right? I don't know if they are, however, the probability is quite high. I believe a thorough combing of this area is necessary. Okay, are you participating in that Blue Badger photo rally? Yeah, I figured since I came all this way, I might as well. Plus, I want the prize. The prize? It's a handcuff-shaped notepad. Wait, or is it a notepad-shaped set of handcuffs? Either way, they both sound incredibly useless. Hey, you don't know that, and I'm sure I can figure out what to use it for, whichever it is. A notepad might be useful, but I don't see when she will ever need a set of handcuffs. Oh, let me present the sword to her. Or maybe this. In a way, you can think of it as he stole and hid himself away. This man was a fugitive. I imagine that the only way he could live on the outside. Well, people who do bad things don't deserve to be respected. The best way to live life is follow the straight and narrow. How ironic that I'm getting a lecture on morals from a thief. Okay, the sword. This reminds me of a saying. Till one sword's break and one arrow's run out. Except that we are not dealing with any arrows. I guess not. I wonder where they went. Oh, I know. I bet it's because I already stole them. I sincerely hope that she is the kidding. Proto Badger. What did you mean by a bad badger costume is missing? Why, just what I said, sir. We are one bad badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand at all time. Okay, so because one of them is walking around in the fucking K, the other should be in that room. Actually, both of them should be in that room. Huh? What do you mean? Normally, we don't use the Bad Badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. In the stage show where the Bad Badger breaks havoc around the park, and the other badgers must work together to apprehend him, sir. I'm speechless that such a show exists. Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only time we use that costume. Then doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the Bad Badger? Personally, I can't believe that it's this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I going to do, sir? All this basically means is that the kidnappers stole 4 costumes in total. Then, are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers? No, I don't think that's very likely. Oh? Recall the costumes for a minute. The stolen ones, you mean? What proves that a 4th kidnapper does not exist? Or would it be the costume that's actually still here? If you had 4 people and you had wanted to steal a 4th costume, wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal a pink badger costume instead? Yeah, that makes sense. And yet, the kidnappers decided to steal another bad badger. I believe the culprits needed 2 bad badger costumes, but the question is, why? Unaccounted for bad badger, a 4th stolen costume by the 3rd person kidnapping group. Where's the other costume? Logic. Is that it? I was wondering if you don't mind. Mr. Proto Badger, how did you know my name? You're pretty famous, sir. I would think that most people would know who you are. Famous? Me? Absolutely, sir. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Is this Bellboy? Oh wait, I gotta see if this is Bellboy. You got that? He said absolutely. Ace Attorney Wiki Bellboy. Last known status alive March 13, 2019. Today is March 13th. Well, not literally, but in game, yeah. As the Proto Badger, at some point the Bell became an employee of the Gatewater Land theme park in which he would play the parts of Proto Badger. He briefly aided Miles Edgeworth in the investigation into the murder of Colin Devoray. Although the bellboy didn't take off his costume during this encounter, Edgeworth vaguely recognizes him from his manner of speech and general mannerism. Why would you do that though? I feel like personally I would have stayed as a bellboy, I think. I don't know. I don't know what the benefits are here. Absolutely, sir. You're always very active in the community, I hear. Wow, I didn't know you were such a celebrity, Mr. Edgeworth. I feel like I've met this person before. Maybe it's just my imagination. Nope. My imagination. Let's use some logic. I think we have enough to do something. Unaccounted bad badger, costume pieces. Perfect. Ugh, the costume. Ugh. I'm gonna take a sip right now. The second bad badger costume. I believe it may be closer at hand than we think. What do you mean? That costume in the trash. The one I'm not really pointing at. Wouldn't you say that it's wearing some very telltale pants? Hey, you're right. Let's get out of there and take a look. Now we dumpster diving. As I suspected, it's a bad badger costume. Well, minus the head. I won't rest until I inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny of this costume. Unused folding chairs lean against the wall in their folded state. The ones over by the table probably came from the stack. There are 3 folding chairs over on this side. I can't say they were arranged nearly as nicely as their siblings to the right. You think so? I think they're just fine, like a bunch of used chairs ought to be. Sigh, I'm beginning to think you must keep a most chaotic room. Hey, don't slander and sigh at me all in one shot. Those little feet right here. I wonder why this bad badger costume right hand is torn up like that. Maybe it's a flesh wound from a fight with the blue badger. I always knew the blue badger was one ferocious beast. I somehow doubt that even real badgers are as bloodthirsty as that K. I was supposed to deduce something. Am I supposed to deduce the hand or the head? I guess the head. I don't think it's the victim's costume. Shit. I'm sorry I didn't read that. I just realized now I should have read that. Well, I'm gonna say don't want to be wrong or anything. Sip. Continue. Am I out of logic? I am. What can I use to deduce the hand thing? I have to do something here. Don't tell me I have to be closer to the head. Okay, I don't think it's the head. Maybe the hand. But what about the hand, though? The pamphlet. Blue Badger bite. Let me see here. He doesn't have his gun. Okay. Alright. It was that easy. I believe we have here... excuse me. I believe what we have here is an inconsistency. Between what? Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in its right hand that it should be. Hmm. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the gun. Precisely. The Bad Badger was designed to always hold the gun in his right hand. However, you there. Did you remove the gun from this Bad Badger's right hand? No, I did not, sir. The gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume. As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto Badger, the gun is of course not a functioning weapon, correct? Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. Imagine it was a real gun. However, it can fire blanks, sir. We need to use them for the stage show. It seems that our kidnappers have also had a need for the model gun, my dear costume friend. Missing model gun. Investigation complete. We're at 2 hours already. I think we're gonna have to end it pretty soon then. I think we're about done with this room. Let me take a look at the model gun though. Was ripped from the Bad Badger's costume. It's capable of firing blanks. So what's next? Well, we found a few answers, but there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, Kay. Let's go. March 13th, 3:34 p.m. Wild Wild West area. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. You've gotta hurry, sir. Come on. What is it, detective? They found a Blue Badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing this right properly. I can't do consistent voices. Shit. What? Except for Edgeworth, really. Isn't that what one of the kidnappers was wearing? Bingo bongo. That's why you gotta come down to the main gate with me right now. If we hurry, we still might be able to get there before Wolf Boy does, sir. Alright, let's make haste to the main gate. To be continued. Oh, perfect time. Yes, I'd like to save. March 13th, 3:45 p.m. We'll leave it for now. Alright, that'll be it for today's video. We obviously made a lot of progress in today's investigation and argument. Excuse me. So far, this third episode is not really bad. What? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm still interested. I'm seeing how this is gonna go down. All right then. Wait. Let me see what part we're on now. We're on the end, part 1. All right, the end already. Okay. I'm assuming there's gonna be like a 2-parter as well. Like I'm thinking there's gonna be like, I think at most 2 more to be continues. I think we'll be able to finish it in the next episode probably. Who knows? Maybe. We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for what would maybe be the end. Maybe. Yeah. Bye.